since that wasn't working well, they came up with the Forney in the late 1800s, and this is the Sandy River and Wrangley Forney, in which the tender and the local are all connected. And so in this scenario, they had to double head them because the railroads were narrow and they couldn't put a lot of trains on a lot of weight on the track. So that was a real problem. So they would just have these two 4Os back to back running on the railroad base. They could put a little bit more load, but they still didn't have exactly what they wanted. The braking, they decided to get the brakeman to walk up the car and walk to the top and turn the spindles. And that didn't work out too good either. They used to fall off of those. So until George Westinghouse invented the pneumatic brakes, that's when that helped. They put the brakes in each car. And you can hear all the cattle and sheep, and these are all the LGB cars. So these are all the sound cars that LGB makes. I don't know if you hear the guys laughing on the railroad, but I got that one here too. So a computer is sending signals to each one of these cars. The computer should know the sound. While we're here, I'll tell you a little bit what we have also. The Moon Rock, the Moon with Neil Armstrong, the Gene Cerny's autograph holder, and the astronaut Bill Shepard is here. And that is his autograph on there. He was on Atlantis, Discovery, and Columbia, the pilot of that. And then the Prime Minister of Israel, Ehud Barak, was here a few weeks ago. The autograph was attached to a helicopter. And our hero, Admiral Craven, autograph in front. We got Osama bin Laden. So we got some neat guys there. Come on in. How you doing? Mark Rosenthal. Very good. Okay, so I'm going to take it through, I'm going to go through it again. So this is we're in the early 1900s, so as I mentioned, this wasn't really the proper way of running trains in the narrow gauge. It was only by the name of So in the early 1900s, a Swiss engineer by the name of Anatole Mallet invented what they call articulated, two sets of axles, which would allow you to pull more cars and allow you to make the sharp radiuses because it was expensive to dynamite the mountains back then. So they had to work still with the sharp radiuses. So this is one of the first articulated mallets, and this was made for the Germans and ran in the Black Forest around 1920. And it can put a larger load, go around sharper radiuses, and that's the construction train. It's got all the sand cars and everything. As I mentioned, these are all LGB engines. A lot of them, 3 or 4 different types of sound systems. LGB, NASA, and Phoenix sound system are on these. So, and the pulsating smoke, which is new that NASA just came up with.
I thought you were a video.
It's okay.
that, the Americans came up with their articulated, which was called the Uinta, and this ran in reactors. And this is one of LGB's finest engines here. The sets here are either Polo, Playmobil, or Pica. Is that Playmobil? Playmobil. Yeah, there's Playmobil and Polo next. If y'all listen carefully, if you listen carefully, you can hear the blow off of the pistons, and then you'll hear everything's set up. Then you'll hear the furnace opening up and then shoveling the coal. So you all know that. Like I said, you've got the gilsonite bags that's found in the Uinta Basin, the only place in the world. The lumber, cattle, and the mail that they used to haul. So that's very realistic in 1920s, what you have. And it got very polluted in Europe because of the burning of the coal and the wood, so they decided they wanted to go with electric in Switzerland. So this is one of the first electric trains coming next. Early 1920s, and this is a Crocodile, and this is pulling the Pullman cars, which are the finest LGB cars that were made. And you can picture yourself, the aristocratic group, going from, say, Zurich, Switzerland, to Paris, France, and to Istanbul, and that's the Orient Express that they would take. And these are enjoy the cars, and you'll hear the introduction. It's in German because that's on the German side of the Alps.
Where'd you get that engine?
Excuse me?
Where'd you get that?
This little one?
Yeah.
That's a Markland, built in the late 80s, early 90s. That's a replica of the first commercial application of the steam engine.
Yeah.
That's a 1/30 scale.
They don't make that anymore, huh?
No.
Pretty neat.
That's museum quality. That one. It's got brass handles, upholstery, everything. It's pretty detailed. So this ran in, like I said, in Switzerland in the 1920s, 30s, and it was electric. So after this, a gentleman by the name of Diesel came around, and he felt like the diesel engine was the right engine to go with. So the next engine you're going to see is an OBB electric diesel engine that ran in Austria. And this engine is going to come down the track, go on the turntable, turn the turntable, go in the roundhouse, go in for service, and then come back and go back to where it started. If everything works out, I got my fingers crossed.
You using DCC?
Yes,
Just
sir.
watch your elbow, it's going to move there.
DCC on your computer. I would never do that again.
How's he doing? Is he doing all right so far?
Yeah, so
Okay, I was
far.
worried. I'd have to have a new engineer work on this. Now make sure the door is closed because it's got to be sealed when it goes in for servicing, right? You got to have that, don't you? I'm sorry. Could you move up 1 foot like that? These things get triggered by a motion sensor.
Ah,
Triggered.
sorry.
And the drones keep an eye on you also back here. Autograph by Elvis Presley. Well, I do a lot of volunteering for the military. In fact, underneath the trains is a foosball table that I've hosted Petraeus 3 times. He's a foosball advocate. So this OBB is going back to where it started. Went through full service and came back and could go right back. And that's in Europe. They didn't have a lot of room to work with. So they had a lot of turntables. And that's what you see in Europe today. Hopefully it'll stop for it. And you'll hear the announcement. So after this, we had our Second World War in the 40s, and after that, we were competing. The railroads were competing against the automobiles. So we had to build some more efficient trains that were really more luxurious, and and a lot faster. So we came up with the F7s, Union Pacifics, that ran cross country 60, 70 miles an hour. And you see these in the 50s in the Hollywood movies, in the black and white Hollywood movies. You see the movie stars in the back, entertaining. So this is a streamline. Came up with the electric diesels in the 70s and 80s, and the next train that's going to be coming down here is the EMD, electric motor diesel, General Motors. Don't think that they're hurting. They do well selling engines, locomotives around the world. General Motors and General Electric both sell them. This is probably one of the most efficient engines we've ever built. That's why our freights are very successful and profitable, and Warren Buffett's invested in the rails because of our freight. And this next one, so you have a diesel engine which kicks on an electric engine which runs a lot more efficient. In addition, we have a little circus here, a one-ring circus that ran in Europe and the United States. And he's going around, and he'll become a diesel engine. Bob, good morning.
Trying to say, we've had a good look at the first ones here,
Sorry.
So next, hopefully, is the future of our trains. The high-speed rail coming through next, okay? And this is hopefully our Amtrak or whatever you sell them that we have run throughout the United States. Smile. I gotta tell my wife I'm really working today.
You're not playing?
So this is the history of the United States. Exactly what we're hoping the future will be, the high-speed rail and everything. On this side here is Europe in early 1900s. One of the first rack rails that ran is this broad That's a rack rail. That's a Swiss rack rail that's going up right now, and it's actually running on a 3-axle passenger car, which is very rare. That's what they ran back then. And then you have the orange car, which I'll be announcing right now. That's a Swiss switcher. And then you have the orange B, which is the red ones. And those are perhaps the newest passenger cars that the Swiss run right now. So if you were in Geneva or Lucerne, and you wanted to go to Grindelwald or to Zermatt, you would take this scenic train, the base, and then you would take the cog up to the top. So you got old and new, the older cars and the newer cars from the Orange Beetle.